Hello everyone, welcome back to another Drakenrose video. It is awesome that you are here, thank you for tuning in. So, we've been opening up a ton of Pokemon cards on the channel, and it means that we have a ton of Pokemon cards, so I thought it might be fun if we do something a little different and just go over how it is that you actually can use them and play a game and build a deck. This was sent in a request video, so guys, if you have any requests for videos, let me know, because I love doing requests. So we are going to go over how to build a deck. I will let you know, I am not a professional player, I have not won hundreds of tournaments, but I think I'm pretty decent, and I've got some information and experience which I think could be helpful to you guys. So just if you're new to the game, or just want a refresher, or just want to watch a video, then let's get on with it, and I think we'll have some fun. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to build a deck, but first I'm going to go over the deck structure. So in a deck of Pokemon cards, it's a 60 card limit. You have to have exactly 60 cards, and there are the three types of cards which I've got here. We have, and I hope you can see on that one, I think you can, Energy. Today I'm going to be building a Lightning deck, just because Lightning was the first type I saw when I opened up one of the boxes. You can do any type, they're all a lot of fun. Then of course we have our main guys, our Pokemon. They are great. I've just gone and picked out a whole block of Lightning Pokemon, so we'll go through those in a minute. And then you have your trainer cards, and of course those are broken down into supporters, items, and stadiums, which I will go over more in a bit, and tools, which I think are just items. So, first off, we are going to put this together. So, I think for a basic one, just to start, good structure that you want to pick is 20 trainer, 20 energy, and 20 Pokemon. That will absolutely change as the deck evolves, but it's a good starting point. So if we go into our Lightning Pokemon, what do we have? As I said, all I've done is gone into a couple of boxes and pulled out every Lightning Pokemon we've got. So I'm going to have a look at them now. What is important with your Pokemon cards is that you pay attention to the type of Pokemon. And by type, I don't mean energy type. I mean, this one is a basic Pokemon. It's a Joltik, and basic Pokemon are the one you can play immediately onto the table. They do not evolve. Well, they evolve, but they are not evolved from anything. Like, for instance, if I find... There we go. Oh, that was handy. I have a Galvantula, which is a Stage 1 Pokemon. So you can play a basic Pokemon straight away, and then on your next turn, or the turn after, or a later turn, you may then evolve it into a Stage 1 Pokemon. So then Joltik becomes Galvantula. You do also have sometimes Stage 2 Pokemon, so then, I don't know, Galvantula Max or whatever, it would become 3. Maybe you go Grookey, Thwackey, Rillaboom to get you to Stage 2. So you need to pay attention to how many basic Pokemon you're putting in there, and if they evolve. So actually, Galvantula, stronger than Joltik, that's going to be a pretty good pairing. I wonder if I have a second Galvantula in this stack, because I definitely have quite a few Joltiks. I'm going to speed through when I'm just searching. Nope, doesn't look like I have another Galvantula, so it's quite possible that if I was fully making this deck, I'd either find another Galvantula, or this is from the Sword and Shield base set, maybe buy some of those, or just eBay the couple of cards. It's quite easy, and it's really helpful to start building a deck. I'm going to go through those in a minute, and just pick out some Pokemon. Next part is your energy. If we're just going for 20 straight energy, I've got a bunch of Lightning Energy here. I will count those in a minute. If you've been collecting Pokemon cards, opening packs for a little while, you probably have a stack of energy somewhere. I imagine they're like one here, one here, one here in a box. Go through your boxes, put them all together, it's quite useful. If you might still be missing a couple, a really good product to get, which I'll put that there, is this, which I think is in the background. This Trainer's Toolkit. We opened this up in a earlier video, which is brilliant. It comes with a bunch of useful cards, and it also, because I was talking about energy, comes with this block of energy, which is just a hefty stack of cards. And that's going to be useful for energy. You also get a load of energy from these elite trainer boxes. They come with a smaller brick. I actually opened up to get all of these lightning energy because I believe Sam, you made a lightning energy deck previously and I gave him all lightning energy cards. So I had to open up one of those. Otherwise, a really good tip if you're making a deck, they actually sell ready-made decks. You can get one of those and then change it if you want. This, of course, is a video for making a deck from scratch, from all the cards that you've got. So we're going to go with that. I'm going to go ahead here and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Let's keep that one in the middle. There are our 20 energy. That's going to complete that stack, and I'm going to go through energy in a minute because there is also special energy. So I'll look at those in a moment. Then we have our trainer cards. This one is probably going to be as complicated or as difficult as finding Pokemon, just because there are a lot of different trainer cards. I'm going to go through the 3 different types now. So your probably easiest ones are your item trainer cards. These are cards you can play as many as you want of in your turn. They each do a different thing. It's quite useful. I mean, there are a literal ton. So go through the item cards you've got. Any that are specific to a certain type, like if you can see this metal saucer, attach a metal energy card from your discard pile to one of your benched metal Pokemon. So you would have to have metal Pokemon in your deck. Just as I was searching, I mean, I don't know if you can see, I've got 6 Elite Trainer boxes here and a Trainer's Toolkit, and this is just a small amount. So I couldn't find any lightning specific cards, but I also wasn't looking too hard because I'm just showing this as a deck how to make. I probably won't play this one again because I already have 3. So something like, I don't know, a potion. Brilliant. He's nice and easy. Potion. It's an item. Heal 30 damage from one of your Pokemon. Superb. So on your turn, you're looking at cards. Oh, I'm going to play potion, and then heal 30 damage. It's pretty simple. Other ones work differently. It is literally just reading the text on the item card and finding the item cards that are going to work best for you. So I'm going to throw a potion in here. And next we move on to our supporter cards. Now a supporter card, you can only play 1 supporter per turn. And you cannot play a supporter on your first turn if you are the first player to go. Just kick the camera, sorry. I hope that's still a decent shot. There we go. Of course, there are always exceptions to the rule. I believe a Lieutenant Surge card lets you play 3 supporters in 1 turn, including that Lieutenant Surge card. So that means you can play 2. Certain ones work differently. Again, basically, 1 per turn, read the text on the card, it'll help. I like this one. Oh, draw 3 cards, brilliant. It's just a reprint of HOW from the Sun and Moon set, essentially. But the more cards you can get, there's no limit to the amount of cards you can have in your hand. So if you can get a bunch of cards in your hand, you can do a bunch of stuff. It's quite useful. Certain things, so search deck for 3 water energy cards. I'm not running a water energy deck, so that's probably not going to be super useful. Discard up to 2 cards from your hand and draw 2 cards for each card you discarded in this way. So that's a discard 2, draw 4, discard 1, draw 2. Kind of useful, I'm going to put that in there. Again, that's a draw. You can only use this card if you have no Pokemon with abilities in play. I don't know if that's going to happen. Search deck for 2 trainer cards, reveal them, put them in your hand. Great, so if you're looking for 2 particular cards, go for those. It's going to be quite helpful if you're looking for item cards that you want to use at the time. So, I have a block of these train cards, which I will probably go through and just throw a bunch in here. I'm not going to use that because that's metal energy. Ordinary Rod, that's a quite good one. Your discard pile, you can get 2 Pokemon back, 2 basic energy back, or both. Now, basic energy. I did say I was going to go on to that. I forgot, but that card reminded me. Fantastic. So, these cards that are just a big symbol. We also have the slightly older ones, but like this. I've got one from Evolutions here, which is fighting, which, you can use any energy. They don't cycle out. If you want to use a bunch from Evolutions or in the base set, great. So these are called basic energy. They literally just have the word energy on them and the symbol. That is the basic lightning energy. Superb. That's important because on Ordinary Rod, shuffle up to 2 basic energy cards from your discard pile. So I can use those. Now, you probably will have seen, if you've been opening packs, these called Special Energy. They usually have the word Special Energy on the card. It's quite useful. I think these are all from recent sets. Yeah, these are actually all from Rebel Clash. Brilliant. I have a couple of Speed Lightning Energy. So if I've got Galvantula on my stage, and I've put Speed Energy underneath. He now has a Lightning Energy on him, but he also has that extra ability. As long as this card is attached to a Pokemon, it provides Lightning Energy. Excellent. And when you attach this card from your hand to a Lightning Pokemon, Galvantula, draw 2 cards. Excellent. More cards for me. That's for Lightning Energy. Superb. You can only play 1 energy, basic or special energy, per turn. Other cards will change that, so that's quite a good one. You know, you can put those on, keep drawing cards. Lightning is generally quite a strong deck type, I've found. There's no particular deck that's the strongest. Everyone's got different strengths, different weaknesses. I think potentially water might be a bit underpowered at the moment, but you can still, there's still a lot of really strong water decks. Fire is potentially the strongest at the moment because it gets tons of support. But, yeah. So yes, we have our Special Energy. These are great, they give you extra abilities, however they do not count as basic energy. So if I was to use Ordinary Rod and I had these 3 in my discard pile, I wouldn't be able to touch these with this card. If it says find an energy card from your deck, great, go for Special Energy. But if it says basic energy, you are literally limited to these ones. I hope this is making sense. I did plan a kind of structure. I'm trying to stick to it. Who knows? So, those are your energy. These are fantastic for a lightning deck, so I'm going to take 2 of these out of here and pop them in there. So there's my special energy. Brilliant. I did items, I did supporters. Need to go on to the next one of the trainer cards. These are stadium cards. Now, these are really good if you have one that helps your deck. They basically go onto the field. Here's my deck, here's their playmat. That goes onto the field, it affects everyone. I'm trying to remember now. Yes, no, so there is only one stadium card at a time. Got confused with the Yu-Gi-Oh there where they changed it so you can have 2, but I don't, just back of my mind, I don't know. They stay on the field, so they affect everyone. Once during each player's turn, that player may put a basic energy card, there we go, basic, not special, from their discard pile into their hand. Okay, great. So that will work quite well with a deck that discards a lot of cards, or an attack that you have, discard 2 lightning energy to use this attack. Brilliant. Well, then my next turn I can pop one of those back into my hand. They stay on the field, and I can use that on my turn, but then so can my opponent. So, you want a stadium card which helps you, but that probably wouldn't help your opponent as much. I run a grass deck, love the grass type, it's got a lot of good cards in it, and so does Sam. So whenever we play, I have to be careful not to use my stadiums too much, because then he can use them for his grass Pokemon as well. And then it just gets a little bit silly. Right, so I've got, there we go. Once during each player's turn, that player may search their deck for an evolution grass Pokemon. So an evolution Pokemon will be a stage 1 or a stage 2, not a basic. Pop it into the hand, then that player shuffles their deck. Fantastic. So you've got your stadiums there. I don't think I have any stadiums, or maybe I do, I need to look through, that are going to help a lightning deck. There are definitely a few. So I'm just going to leave those to the side, I think. But there we go. There's another special energy there, Aurora Energy. That's quite, yes. So what I've done here is I've made a lightning deck. I'm currently making just a sole lightning deck. Some people run 2 or 3 types. It can be a bit more difficult because then, I've got a lightning Pokemon, but I have a water energy card in my hand. Great, I could put it on there, but say we've got like Pinchurchin, it needs 2 lightning energy, a water energy will do nothing. So if you've got a double type, triple type energy deck, let me know, because I really want to know if that works. I tend to just run a single type, but it might go really well. I don't know. So I'm gonna leave Aurora Energy out. That's really cool because it would count as any type of energy. So if I have, oh great, I've got a lightning type and I've got an Aurora type energy, that could go on there and it would help. I've got a water type Pokemon. That could go on there, that would help. But it does... I do have to discard a card from my hand to use that, so it's not exactly a free pass. Pop that over there. Okay, so... so far about this deck, all I've built actually is the energy, which is the easiest part. I'm probably going to go through now, and if I can work out how to do it on the editor, I'll speed this up. Right, I'm going to go through, put a bunch of Pokemon on the thing, and let's have a go. Okay, so that was just a super quick. All I literally did with that was find a bunch of Pokemon which went together or that potentially were just basic. So this at the moment is a completely playable set. I've got a bunch of basic Pokemon which would just be able to play, and then I've got a bunch of basic Pokemon that then have their evolutions. So here we have 2 Pikachu cards and 2 Raichu cards. I could play the Pikachu as a basic and then on a later turn evolve it to Raichu. Superb. These are obviously different Pikachu cards. In a deck, very important, you can have 4 of a certain Pokemon. So I could have 4 Pikachu cards. They could be from different sets, they could be from different moves, brilliant. You cannot have more than 4 of the same name. So I couldn't have 4 Pikachus from Sword and Shield and then 4 Pikachus from Rebel Clash. It doesn't work, you can't. It's kind of the rules, and you've got to follow the rules. So there we go. Important note, which I think I meant to say earlier. I am building a standard format deck. Now, they've released so many cards. What they do is they bring out what is the standard format. So you can make a deck from these sets, and then a year later down, they'll move it up. Okay, now you can make a deck from these sets. A lot of tournaments run standard format. It just tends to make things easier if everyone's kind of on even footing. I always recommend keeping your deck up to standard format. If you're just playing at home, great, make whatever. But if you possibility of going out and playing in a tournament, you don't want to then have to rework your deck 14 different ways to be able to play it at a tournament. So that's standard. At the moment, the standard set is anything past the Team Up expansion. So that is anything. So Team Up including, we have Team Up, Unified Minds, Unbroken Bonds, Cosmic Eclipse, Hidden Fates, Sword and Shield, Rebel Clash, Darkness Ablaze, and now Champion's Path. So actually I'll throw up some symbols on the side. You can tell which set a card is from by the little symbol in the bottom corner. So this is Sword and Shield, and this one's from Cosmic Eclipse. It's just quite useful. So there you go, there are some symbols. You can use any of these, but that is for standard format. Of course, there is something called expanded format, which is you can pretty much use any card. There are some banned ones, limitations, but that's bigger. I don't tend to play expanded. I get a bit overwhelmed by the amount of cards. So standard is great. I'm going to stick with standard. Now, the Pokemon cards I've gone for here. What have we got? We've got a third Pikachu. I don't know where you came from. If you're planning on using the Raichus, having 3 of the basic ones to then have a higher chance of pulling one and you're drawing one, then evolve those to Raichus, great. There's 5 cards. I did find a second Galvantula, so I must have just missed it earlier. So there's 2 Joltics, 2 Galvantulas, great. 2 Helioptils, 2 Heliosks, okay, that's good. So 4, 8, 13. What else should we go for? I'm probably going to stick a couple of more Picos in, 15. Electrovite, so I've only got 1 each of these, so the chance of being able to bring out both in a deck and not get the Electivire first, which is useless without Electabuzz, it's probably not great, but it's fun, and Electivire is decently strong, so let's pop them in there, which means we've got 3, 5, 9, 13, 18, and just for another 2, let's have a Voltorb and an Electrode. So gone. We'll put these away. You know, the Shinx could evolve into Luxio, which would then evolve into Luxray, the stage 2. Didn't have one in the stack, so there we go. Right, now this probably isn't a superb strong deck. Definitely is not a superb strong deck currently. There's no real cohesion. What have we got? We've got the Galvantula doing 60 damage for 2 energy. Flip a coin if heads your opponent's active Pokemon is now paralyzed. It's decent, yeah. Raichu from Sword and Shield will do 120 damage for 3 energy. This is 2 lightning energy and then 1 anything energy. So when it's colorless on the card, it can be any energy card. Like I could have 2 lightning and then a fighting, and then that would fulfill those conditions. That's probably something more you want to look into. I won't go too much into that now. It's just a standard rule, but yeah, you want to use the energy on the card. So that's decent. What else have we got? Heliolisk. Flip a coin if heads discard an energy from one of your opponent's Pokemon. That's quite good. So for 2 energy, this will do 120 damage, but it will also take 30 damage. So that, if you've got any healing of life, I've got a potion in there. Great, I can do that. So these are going to be my Pokemon for this deck. I've just chosen a few that work together. We've got our basics. Hang on, there we go. How many basics have we got? Dun, dun, dun. That's quite a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's a lot. But it's fine. It'll work. So we're going to put all these Pokemon just in a stack, and I'll throw them back for now. Boom. So Pokemon, energy. Now onto the items. I've got the trainer cards. So I've got a stacker here. Again, you want to go through, analyze your deck, what's going to be best, just for now to get a working deck. They do 10 more damage. Great. Ordinary Rod, I'll throw another one in view. Evolution Incense. We've got quite a lot of evolution Pokemon in here. So search your deck for evolution Pokemon, stage 1, stage 2. Reveal it, put it in your hand. Brilliant. Tool Scrapper, yeah. Again, with the Trainer's Toolkit, the product I was talking about earlier, which is just still on camera. There we go. It comes with a bunch of really useful cards, as well as having that block of energy. The idea of this product is it helps you build a strong deck. So it comes with a bunch of supporters. Boss's Orders is a very good card, but I'm pretty sure a bunch of these actually, yeah, I think because they've got this little symbol there, came from here. Rare Candy. I'm not going to use that because we don't have any stage 2 Pokemon really. Switch, I would always put a couple of switches in the deck. That's a fire energy card, so not useful. Poker Gear, great. Finding a bunch of Pokemon. Air Balloon. There is a mechanic where you can retreat. I'll show you on a Pokemon. If it's in your active point, you can discard some energy, so that wouldn't cost anything to retreat. That would cost 1. So if you want to get out of the firing range, that's good. The retreat cost of this Pokemon is 2 less. Fantastic. Let's skip through. Energy from my discard pile, superb. Potion for healing, great. Shuffle up to 2 support cards from your discard pile into your deck, superb. And discard an energy from one of your opponent's Pokemon, superb. I've just realised I've put a load of fighting cards. So definitely, I think with your trainer cards, throw whatever stadiums you need in there. If it's really good, maybe 2 copies, probably 1, depends how dependent your deck is on it. Just as a split, if we're having 20 trainer cards, I would say go 12 item and 8 supporter. And again, we're building a really basic deck here to start. Obviously, if you're properly tuning it, you might have 30 trainer cards. But as we are here, what have we got? We've currently got 5 supporters, great. So if I just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 supporters, and we are going to have 1, I'll go second potion, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. Again, go through, pick what cards are best for you. I'm going to find another 3 supporters. I don't really like the put an energy attached to one of your Pokemon in their hand. Great. What else do we have? Search your deck and for an energy card and a dark Pokemon. You're not going to help. Rose. Attach up 2 basic from your discard to one of your Pokemon VMAX. Nope. Okay, well, I'm just going to throw a Poke Kid, find any card you want, and sure, we could use a bead in this deck with extra energy. So there we go. We now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 cards. Those are our 20 trainer cards. Brilliant. Do you know what? We have just built a deck. Like, it is as easy as that to get started. It's great. We have our 20 Pokemon, 20 energy, and 20 trainer cards. So, guys, we've just built a basic deck. Yay, that's great. So now we could start playing the game. You just want to shuffle those cards up, pop them down. Let's have a quick test, actually, because I think when you start playing, even before your first turn, you'll need to draw 7 cards and see if you get a basic Pokemon. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Here we go. Nope. There we go. I could put Electabuzz in my active, Joltik on my bench, Healer's gone there. So there we go. We don't really have a problem with finding basic Pokemon. Now, how do we make this deck better? So, yeah, I'm going to talk about that. I do also have a couple of my decks, which we're going to have a look at later, so those have been worked on a lot. How do we make this deck better? So something a friend said to me once when we were building a deck, and this, Ben, if you're watching, this is you, he said that deck thinning is deck winning, which stuck with me. I have no idea if he stole that from anywhere, so I'm sorry if that's copyrighted, but it's quite cool. So what we've done here is we've put 20 Pokemon in this thing. What that means is you can only generally, as a rule, have a maximum of 6 Pokemon in play at any time. 1 active and 5 on your bench. So I know most of these evolve, but having 20 Pokemon in here is a lot. So you wouldn't be able to use those. I would probably, if I'm being honest, and I don't want to offend the poor Pokemon, I would probably get rid of Voltorb and Electrode from this deck, just because we've only got 1 of each, although they are both reverse holo. Nice. So the chances of being able to use both of those in a deck in the game is low. And if I'm also honest, what I'd probably do is cut out probably one of the Morpeko and potentially the Electabuzz and the Electivire. Although it's a hard-hitting Pokemon, it requires 3 energy, so there's a bit of build-up. There's only 1 of each. It could be more difficult to play them in a game. So there we go. Now we are down to 15 Pokemon. We can then replace those 5 cards with more training cards. We can play as many items on the turns we want. So we can just throw a bunch more items. They'll help us get a bunch more cards, power up some cards. Great. I'm going to pop them back in just so I've got a deck of 60. But yes. Also, potentially, 20 energy is also too much. You can only use 1 per turn, and it might get to the point where you don't need any more and you just want to pull an item or a Pokemon. So maybe drop that down to 15. Some people run as low as 12, some people run as low as 5. I don't know, everyone does it differently. But it is your deck at the end of the day. So you might want to run more Pokemon, you might want to run a bunch more supporters. It's totally up to you. The thing is, it's a fun game, and you can just make this deck how you like. So, we've gone ahead and made a deck there. I would always suggest putting sleeves on your cards. Boop. Okay, so I'm quite glad I looked at my notes there, because there were a few things I forgot to mention, and also the next step is good. So, we have our lightning deck here. Now, if you look at the card, and I'm going to try and get it visible enough, we have both a weakness and a resistance there. I don't know if any of these have a resistance. Oh, there we go. So this is going to be good. Weakness, Pikachu is doubly weak to fighting. So if you have this lightning deck and you are against someone with a fighting deck, or I don't know, that's also rock and ground, so it's a mix. Then you are going to take twice as much damage. If your opponent's Pokemon has a move that very simple. For 1 energy does 20 damage, Pikachu's going to take 40 damage. So that's going to be one to watch out for. Resistance, we have our Metal Energy, which I hope is showing up. Our Metal Energy, Pikachu's going to take 20 less damage from Metal Energy Pokemon attacks. Again, if your opponent's Pokemon has a move that does 30 damage, Pikachu's going to take 10. So that's quite good. If you are just building a deck to play at home or with friends, I would suggest ignoring weakness and resistance, because I am probably only going to have 1 or 2 decks. If I always play Lightning and my friend always plays Fighting, it's going to be boring, I'll be honest. If I'm always taking double damage and they probably have a resistance to Lightning. Yeah. So at home we ignore it. I have a Grass deck, Ellie has a Water deck. We just don't play weakness and resistance. So yeah. But again, that is totally up to you. And I would suggest in a tournament? I think tournament. In a tournament setting, you probably would still go with weakness and resistance. You can't expect probable strangers to want to play that rule, especially if it gives them an advantage. So that's that. Now, we have a functioning deck there. Brilliant, we can play a game. It's probably not that strong, because we've got cards from different sets that don't probably work together. And also these are all 1 prize Pokemon. What I mean is these are not GX Pokemon, these are not V Pokemon, Pokemon GX, Pokemon V. They're also not EX. So probably what your next point of call to go for after doing that is to go into your book of nice cards and see if any would go with your deck. So let's have a look. I'm probably just going to go straight to the V cards, which are here somewhere. There we go. Our new set. Put those on display. So instantly, I've got 4 Lightning Pokemon. 2 actually, one's in Japanese and one's in Korean, so I wouldn't be able to play those in a tournament, but at home with friends, whatever, you can play those, as long as you know what they say. So yeah, why not? I'm gonna pop Toxtricity in there, and I'll pop Vikavolt. The thing with V Pokemon is that they're all basic. I think they're all basic. If I've missed one, let me know. So you can just play them instantly. Like, I do not need to evolve Toxtricity from a Toxel. I do not need to evolve Vikavolt from a Charjabug who came from the other one. Grumman? I don't know. So there we go. I've popped a couple in there. That's probably instantly raised the power of this deck quite high. With my Toxtricity V, I could then go ahead and pop a Toxtricity V Max card in there. And again, something I think about Pokemon TCG is it's quite dependent on those higher prize cards, the Vs, the GX. They want, I have a Morpeko V Max that I could use, but I don't have a Morpeko V, so I wouldn't have to, or do I? Yes, I've just got a Korean one. So there you go, hang on. Sorry, I got distracted when I saw the shiny card. If in your home rules where you're using Korean cards, brilliant. There we go. Yeah, what I was saying. So, I would, if you want a strong deck, I would recommend popping some V cards in there, or GX if you're running GX. Do I have anything that would go well in there? Any lightning types? I don't know. Oh, the Raichu GX. I'd need to evolve that from a Pikachu. I mean, there are Pikachus in there, so actually, let's pop that. Shining Legends, I forgot. Is Shining Legends still current? I might need to look that up. It might be before Team Up. In fact, I'm pretty certain. I don't know. There we go. Pikachu and Zekrom GX. See, now just from adding a bunch of these cards, I'd probably take out the... What would I take out? I think definitely the Electrovile. The Electrovile is probably the Morpeko, and maybe even the Electrodes and the Voltorbs, and replace them with all of these guys. And that would just make your deck a bunch more competitive and viable. Strong. If any of these tag team cards, they are a little too strong for my thinking. They are very good to put in a deck, and I run them. But yeah. If you knock those out, you get to take 3 prize cards. If you knock any of the GX or V, then you get to take 2. So I'll shut that up for a moment. Those are those. I'm just probably going to pause the video so I can put those back in the protective place. I like to keep my cards nice. Okay, those are away and keeping them safe. As a personal request, guys, if you are playing with the deck, please pop it in some sleeves because your cards get damaged, and as a collector, it makes me very sad to see cards get in poor condition. But you know, again, it's your deck, you can do whatever you like. So those are there. That is our lightning deck we have made. With the shiny cards, with the nice cards. I'm going to pop the binder down there. Great. So that's the deck. I'm now going to go ahead and show you a couple of decks that I've been making over the years. We've got a grass one, that's a steel one, and cycle. Hit the table there. So I've picked up the wrong tin. This isn't my deck. 1 second. There we go. I mean, they're both Lunala, except one's been absorbed by a Necrozma. So I'm sure you can see how I get confused. Yeah, sleeves, nice. So what have we got? Pokemon, Lily, Energy, again, different types of energy. With this deck, this was one of my earlier decks. So I essentially threw in a ton of GX. And I don't think this is quite as strong as it could be, especially because there's still a Yungoos in there? Why are you there? I'm getting confused. Right. You may have noticed a couple of fighting energy in there. That is because there is one Pokemon in here that needs fighting energy, and it's about to make its appearance. There we go, Viridian Forest. I love that. You can discard a card from your hand and get an energy from your deck. It's good. There we go, Garchomp and Giratina. Couple of psychic energy. I've got a couple of fighting energy in there because you can then use that. As I said, I threw a bunch of GX in here. There's another one. Ooh, and a Hidden Fate Shiny Inkay. If you're making a deck, guys, and you've got the rarer cards, it's quite nice to put the rare cards in your deck, as long as they are sleeved and protected and you don't damage them. I like playing with a shiny deck, you know. Here we go. So I haven't looked at this deck for a little while, so I'm not even really sure what's in here. So we are going to have a look. Right. In terms of Pokemon, my grass deck is definitely my best. So, right, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So clearly I just ignored my earlier advice of deck thinning is deck winning. But there are a load of GX and tag team in here, tag team GX. So there we go, there's another tag team. There's another tag team. Great. This deck is a slow one, but once it's got started, it's very strong. For example, you know, that does 160 damage per turn for no energy discarding. If it has any more damage counters on it, this is going to do 240 damage per turn. It's crazy. And it has 270 health, so good luck taking it out before you lose a couple Pokemon. That's brilliant. You can poison stuff and then heal yourself, and that one is going to do 15 damage per turn on poison. So that's 15 damage on my turn and then 15 damage on their turn. And by 15 damage, I of course mean 150 damage. These guys are all basic Pokemon, so I can just play them straight away. Basic. Lunala is a stage 2 Pokemon, which means I will have to evolve it from a Cosmog into a Cosmoem. Do I have a Cosmoem? Yeah, there we go. And then into Lunala GX. I've also got a couple rare candies in here, so I can just go from Cosmog to Lunala. In terms of supporters, Judge, I like Judge, but he's been sort of usurped by Marnie. Jesse and James Fuller, which I was wondering where that was. A couple of draw cards, shuffle your hand, draw cards. I've got a lot of draw cards in here. Yeah, draw cards. Beastlight powers up any of my Ultra Beasts, so Lunala, Dawn Wings Necrozma GX is going to be powered up by that. It looks like, and that's a swap your opponent's bench Pokemon with the active Pokemon. So clearly the intent with this deck is to draw a bunch and then a hit hard. So yeah, each deck will have its own strategy, but that's going to be something that comes upon playing it. So this deck has a lot of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 energy. So yeah, just fully disregarding my rules earlier. 1, 2, 3, there we go. So 20 energy, 18 trainer, 22 Pokemon. That's a lot. I might have to go back and change this deck because this is probably not going to be super viable. I think I just threw a bunch of my nice cards in here. I definitely Alolan Muck is staying in there because that is strong, but potentially I'll change the others. Right. Oh, and this just has a bunch of dice on the top. Those tins are nice. Okay, I'll quickly show you the steel one. There's a thing, so in the game, you can fully use the internet to check out the strongest decks, what the meta is. One of the decks that is still in the meta, and again, I can't remember what's in this deck, is called ADP Zacian, which is Arceus, Dialga, Palkia, Arceus? There we go, that's good. Palkia, and Zacian V, which was one of the first Sword and Shield cards pulled on YouTube by us before the video got taken down and had to re-upload it. So yes, Zacian V, very strong, lets you draw 3 cards on your turn. If any of them are steel energy, you can just pop them straight on here. You can't attack, but in the beginning of the game you won't be able to attack probably anyway. And then you combine it with Arceus, Dialga, Palkia, which for 3 energy you can do 150 damage and then take 3 energy from your deck and attach them to your Pokemon. And Altered Creation GX with a steel and a water means all of your Pokemon then do 30 extra damage with their attacks for the rest of the game, and if you knock out someone you get to take an extra prize card. So if you then knock out a Pokemon Tag Team GX or a Pokemon VMAX, that's then 4 cards going into your hand. It's crazy. I don't play this deck anymore because it's too good, to be honest. I mean, at tournaments, I'm sure a bunch of people play it, but you know, I don't. I'm now going to show you my main deck. I'm quite proud of this deck. It probably isn't the strongest one, but it's a lot of fun. And I also have my beautiful sleeves that I got in the Pokemon Center Tokyo. Great fun. And so this deck was a lot stronger before the most recent standard rotation. I had Leafeon GX, which is brilliant for healing, and Decidueye GX, which was quite strong, good attack, but also could do 20 damage per turn just as a fully ability. Brilliant. This deck is focused quite heavily on healing and getting your Pokemon in the right place for like evolving. I'm just going to quickly go through here, and there we go. Yep, no, that is my energy pile. So there's a lot of Pokemon V, Tag Team GX in this one. They're strong, I'll be honest, so I like to run them. You may also notice I have Japanese energy in here, which I actually got in Shibuya, and I wrote Shibuya on them. So it probably wouldn't be tournament legal because the backs are different, so you might be able to tell if the cases weren't properly on. But for playing at home, you don't need to follow tournament rules. Here we go. So, what have I got in this one? Just gonna neaten up piles. Guys, let me know if you're enjoying the video. We absolutely love hearing from you guys, and if you can, just your supporting the channel means so much to us. Like, even if that's just watching the videos, thank you so much. Throwing us a like, subscribing, amazing. We do of course have our Ko-fi on our Patreon, which you can check out. I'll put a link, but that's just up there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So a little bit less energy. I do also yes, I do also have a couple of special energy. This is great for my Buzzwole, which I will show you now. So 18 energy, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Okay, so again, a little less. My Ultra Beast is the Buzzwole, 2 of them. That just boosts damage. He also does a ton of damage as a basic Pokemon. The main technique with this deck is to build a few evolution lines. So I've got Oddish into Gloom into Vileplume GX. Vileplume's GX lets you heal 20 damage from, or 30 damage from each of your Pokemon once per turn. Brilliant for healing. I love the healing technique. And then we have Grookey, Thwackey, Rillaboom, Rillaboom's ability, crazy. Search your deck for up to 2 grass energy cards from your deck and then attach them to one of your Pokemon. So that's, you're basically able to put 3 energy per turn on a Pokemon, which is nuts. So I evolved those lines. And then I have a couple of Rillaboom V and a Rillaboom V Max, which we pulled, which is brilliant. That can just go straight on as a basic. That can just go evolve that onto the next turn. Put some energy on, use Rillaboom's ability to boost the energy. That's crazy strong. I love it. There's a line. I've got a Tag Team Celebi Venusaur. Strong. You've got that attack that poisons, burns, and confuses. That's instantly 80 damage and then a confusion, and it will keep going. Buzzwole for damage. Another Rillaboom, Venusaur and Snivy, another good one, 160 damage for 4 energy. This deck has no problem putting energy out there, and I think I'm just going to be repeating now. Yeah. So those are good. And in terms of the trainer cards, Evolution, searching for Pokemon, draw cards. That's a switch or draw cards. Shuffle your hand, draw cards, poison and confuse your opponent's Pokemon, heal, evolve, search for cards, boost damage, disrupt your opponent's hand, heal, search for Pokemon, heal, love this card. Confuse your Pokemon, that's also sort of a trap. If they damage you, then they're confused, it's helpful. Retreating, search for Pokemon, switch, search for cards. So, that's how I run my main deck, and I think it does need a bit of updating. A real shame that tournaments aren't happening now, guys. You know, I mean, there's a lot of bad things to do with the virus, but that is certainly one of them. But that is my deck. That is our new Lightning deck. I hope this has been helpful to you. Mainly this has been a deck building thing. I haven't gone into how to play the game, so if you guys want to see a video about that, let me know. I really hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, please consider subscribing. It's free and you can always change your mind later. But this was awesome. This was great fun. I had a good time. Throw me some comments. And I'll see you in the next video. So have a good day, guys. Take care, and I'll see you again. Goodbye.